Welcome to the Senior Source, the show that lets you know about all the golden opportunities available to senior citizens in Virginia Beach. I'm Sandra Parker, and I'll be your host for the program. You know, many seniors are not letting their retirement years slow them down. In fact, they're using it as a chance to help others. We're talking about volunteering, and this episode is dedicated to the numerous benefits and volunteer opportunities that are available to seniors. The Virginia Aquarium is one of many places that use volunteers on a daily basis. Volunteers like Doreen Coate. She started volunteering after retiring from a career that spanned more than 30 years.
I've been volunteering for a year and a half. I started volunteering because I retired. I had worked 36 years with the government, and I just didn't know what to do with myself once I was home. What mostly keeps me coming back is being able to interact with people, meeting a lot of very interesting people, and just seeing how happy people are coming here. Before I came to volunteer at the aquarium, I really knew nothing about any of the exhibits at the aquarium, but they have plenty of material that we can read, like in slow times, to learn a little bit. The educators here give us a brief on something different, or, you know, they start off with what's happening at the aquarium, what's new, what's changed since last week. I just feel like I'm learning something new every time I come here. My favorite part of the museum are actually the Komodo dragons. They just are fascinating to me. There's something that I had never seen before, so I just love to spend time, even though they don't move very much, just standing there and watching, watching them and watching the folks taking a peek at that. Everybody that volunteers, they just seem to really want to volunteer, and they're very excited and passionate about all the animals here. They really like to work with people. They really like to work with the kids. Most of them have been here many years, many more years than I have, but you can just tell that they really take great pride in the aquarium and just really love doing the volunteer work.
If you're looking for volunteer opportunities for yourself or a senior loved one, you don't have to look far. Up next, we are going to sit down with Melissa Zabutis from the Volunteer Resource Office to chat about that and much more. Stay tuned.
All right, now we're going to go to the phone lines. Caller, you're on the air with Jay Real.
Hi, is it true that Virginia Beach is going to build a ski slope at the ocean front, complete with man-made snow?
Oh my goodness.
I'd like to know how.
Hey, you want to hear something really crazy? My friend said the city's going to sell all the parks and build office towers.
Get out of town.
True story.
Seriously? Who's gonna believe that?
That's no problem. Yeah. Are you for real? The Redskins are moving to Virginia Beach?
Oh, like that'll happen.
Wow. I guess we'll see.
Guys, have we got our work cut out for us? You wouldn't believe the stuff I heard in on the way to work this morning. Redskins, office towers.
We all know that volunteering is a wonderful way to give back to our community because it allows you to connect to your community and make it a better place. But what's the best way to get started, and how can you find the volunteer opportunity that's best for you? Our next guest, Melissa Zabutis, can answer those questions and much more. She is the Volunteer Resource Coordinator for the City of Virginia Beach. And so, Melissa, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. So now, what are some of the benefits of volunteerism, especially for seniors? I mean, I know volunteerism is obviously great for everybody, but specifically for seniors.
Absolutely. So what we find is that in the retirement community, you leave your work and you have years of service, and then when you're finished, you're thinking, okay, well, what am I going to do with my time? So on the baseline, it's really getting people to use their talents and skills again and be able to be part of a group. But to me, it's just more of a social aspect of it.
So what do you think being a volunteer offers for seniors? I mean, you talk a little bit about the social aspect, so you're interacting with people, but you were right about all that lifetime of experience that you can share.
Yeah, so I think for me, it's having those conversations with the seniors about what their talents are and what their skills are and how they can utilize those to continue their second career or their second act. So that's part of it, but I think in addition, it's just a really great way to get to know new people or people who have similar interests.
So how can you find, if somebody is watching this show and they're thinking, I'd like to volunteer, but I don't know if I have the skill set to do that. What would would you suggest is the first thing they should do to figure out the best volunteer opportunity for them?
Well, it helps if they sit down and chat with our office. So our office will help people kind of assess what their wants and their needs are, but also you might find that there are people who, let's say they gave 30 years to the school system and they were a teacher, and you're thinking, well, naturally you'd want to work with kids. Well, sometimes that's not the case. So they're thinking, I want to work with grown-ups now. And so the idea is just to sit down with them and have a conversation about what they like, what they don't like, what their flexibility, what their schedule's like. So we, in our office, we try to counsel people on that.
Oh, that's wonderful. So they, don't have to just start somewhere and then be like, oh, I don't like that. They could just figure it out right up at the beginning.
Exactly.
Which is wonderful, great way for them. So once people do that, they go through and you put them in how does it work? If you say you're going to be a volunteer, do you have to put in X amount of hours every week, or how does it work?
So it's different for every department. So we have 31 different departments in the city of Virginia Beach, and that doesn't include the school system. So all of those departments have different volunteer activity, and it could be 1 day a year or it could be 4 days a week. And so we try to match people with their schedules. So if you're somebody who likes to be a snowbird and you go down to Florida for the winter time, we like to match you up with somebody who can accommodate that.
Oh, so that's wonderful. So if you don't feel like, oh, I have so much time to give, I mean, you only have a little bit, there's still a volunteer opportunity for you?
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing that people do too is sometimes they want to do, on Monday they want to work at the Housing Resource Center and help people experiencing homelessness, but the next day they might want to tutor little kids. So they can mix it up each week.
So if somebody wants to, I mean, if they're not ready to come in for the interview or whatever, they just want to kind of feel the waters out. So what should they do? Contact your office?
Yeah, there are a couple ways. The first thing I would say is if they have internet access, to access our website. So utilizing our website to just kind of passively check out the different volunteer opportunities. And then once they are ready to have a conversation with our office, just give us a call.
Okay, so why don't we go through those? What is the website so people can make sure?
Sure. So it's www.vbgov, so VBGov, Virginia Beach Government.com/volunteer.
Okay, and they can do that and also call the office as well?
Yes, absolutely. So 757-385-4722.
So they can check out the waters and see. It sounds like there's plenty of volunteer opportunities in the city.
Yeah.
And you'd love to have some seniors, I'm sure.
They actually make up most of our volunteer populace.
Really?
Yes.
Reliable volunteers. We
Absolutely.
love it. All right, thank you so much,
Thank you for
Melissa.
having me.
Good to have you with us. And we hope that you will stay with us, because when we come back, we are going to take you outside to see firsthand some volunteer opportunities that are sure to grow on you.
Not everyone on social media may seem like a threat, but the truth is, bad people look for information about your children, your habits, and your bank account. Our detectives investigate a number of cyber crimes, and we do charge offenders.
My office is committed to bringing these offenders to justice. In addition, we work closely with police, the schools, and community groups to educate families on cyberbullying and other online dangers.
In our classrooms, we're teaching our students how to be safe online. But as parents, we also have the responsibility to know what they're doing online and how to protect them. So talk to them about what is and what is not appropriate.
And most importantly, if you or your child see something that could be threatening or criminal, please contact us right away.
Working together, we can help our community be social, be smart, be safe.
Well, believe it or not, you don't have to have a green thumb to be a Master Gardener volunteer. How, you ask? Well, we are here in the demonstration gardens outside the Virginia Beach Farmers Market to find out how, and joining us to tell us all about that is Horticulture Extension Agent Andrea Davis. And Andrea, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
This is a beautiful garden. Look at this. Now, is this something the Master Gardener volunteers take care of?
This is one of several demonstration gardens that we have throughout the city to teach people how to garden properly.
Oh, this is one. Well, obviously they are gardened properly here. This looks gorgeous. It's in really great shape, I guess better than mine. Now, what exactly is required of a Master Gardener volunteer? It makes me think somebody who knows everything there is to know about taking care of plants.
Well, there is so much to know about plants that we do try to train our Master Gardeners. They go through a 50-hour training course to learn more about horticulture, more about growing plants in the Tidewater area. But we don't expect them to know everything. 50 hours of training is not nearly enough to learn everything about horticulture, but we give them a lot of resources. We're on a mission from our land-grant university universities, Virginia Tech and Virginia State University, and they provide us with a lot of different resources that you can go to answer those gardening questions.
Oh, great. So how much gardening experience, if somebody wanted to be a volunteer, should they have? I mean, like, I like plants, but I'm not necessarily the best at taking care of them.
We're not looking for professional gardeners. We're looking for people that have a passion for gardening, that really enjoy working with plants, whether it's outdoor plants in a garden setting like this or indoor plants. And we're looking for people who like to work with people, because the main thing that we're trying to do is to teach others. So again, just someone who loves gardening and loves working with people are our main criteria.
Because not only, I mean, you train them to learn about gardening and things like that, but there's a lot of interaction with the public as well as a Master Gardener volunteer.
Absolutely, absolutely. All of our projects are geared to educating the public, whether it's a demonstration garden like we're in today, whether it's doing school programs throughout the city, or working with people in some of our nursing facilities around the city as well.
So how many hours, I mean, obviously you do the 50-hour training, but if you are a volunteer with Master Gardeners, I mean, how much of a commitment is that?
Well, once you actually become a Master Gardener after the training, and we do an internship as well, then you're only required to do 32 community service hours per year within our projects. And we also like to keep them up to date on new horticultural topics. So we also require 8 continuing education hours a year. So all in all, 40 hours a year is all we require.
Wow, that's not a lot throughout the whole for 12 months. That's not a lot.
Correct.
So, but you could obviously do more if you wanted to do more.
Absolutely. In fact, we reward those who do more hours. We have milestone awards, and we have folks who have dedicated over 12,000 hours to our organization.
Wow, that's a lot of volunteers. Now, what about your connection with the state universities? You talked a little bit about that. What's that about?
Yeah, so Virginia Tech and Virginia State Universities are land-grant universities within Virginia. And as you've probably heard, they're doing a lot of research on many different things. And what we like to do is we like to be able to take that information, that agricultural research they're doing, and bring it to the public in a way that benefits them and improves their lives. So that's what we're doing. We're getting that research-based, science-based information and bringing it to the public in a way that they can use it in their day-to-day lives.
That's wonderful. So what do you think is the most important thing to know about your volunteers?
Well, our volunteers are many. We have a diverse group. We love to see people of all ages and different ethnicities, people with different backgrounds, people with different life experiences that can relate to the public, that can relate to all the different groups that we have within our city.
All right, so really anyone could be a Master Gardener volunteer is what it sounds like.
Absolutely.
And a great chance to get outdoors and have fun in this great garden.
That's right.
So how can folks find out more about being a Master Gardener volunteer?
Master Gardener volunteers are volunteers with Virginia Cooperative Extension. So if you're interested in becoming a volunteer with us, you need to call our Cooperative Extension office. We're actually located in Virginia Beach's Municipal Center, and you can reach us via phone, email, or stop on by.
All right. Thank you so much, Andrea. Thanks for having us out here in the demonstration garden. This is wonderful. And telling us about all the wonderful volunteer opportunities with your Master Gardeners program.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And you stay with us, because up next we're going to be heading back indoors to find out how your volunteer efforts can help children succeed in school.
Hey, Spike, let's see what's in the mail. Yes, they do love me. Oh no. Alexa, open VB Connect.
Welcome to VB Connect.
What are some jobs in information technology?
Job listing 1, systems analyst 2, job listing 2.
If I land one of these jobs,
Job
steak dinner
listing
for both
3,
of us.
Systems engineer 2, job listing 4, systems analyst 2.
Helping our children to thrive is the ultimate goal for a number of local volunteer initiatives. They tackle issues like school readiness, reducing chronic absence, preventing summer learning loss, and improving the reading proficiency of young children by 3rd grade. And volunteers like you, well, you can help make that happen. Joining us to explain how is Barb Lito. She is Virginia Beach Grow Smart Coordinator. First off, let's explain exactly what Grow Smart is all about, and let's talk specifically about Virginia Beach Reads First Grade Reads Mentoring Program. Barb, what's that all about?
Sure. So Grow Smart is our city's collaborative initiative to ensure that all children are born healthy, start kindergarten ready to learn, and are reading proficiently by 3rd grade. We know that that builds a strong foundation for children and sets them up for success in future learning and life. So it's really, for us, it's an investment in our future, and we tie it to a workforce development initiative.
So really getting that basic information right there early on, groundwork, foundation laid, I guess is so important. Why 3rd grade? Why is that the benchmark?
So there's tons of research that show that reading proficiently by 3rd grade is a critical moment in children's learning. So the early years are really focused on learning to read, but after 3rd grade, it's really focused on reading to learn. So we know that children who start school not ready tend to stay behind. We also know that if the children aren't reading proficiently by 1st grade, they have an 88% chance of not reading proficiently by 3rd grade. And not reading by 3rd grade really can diminish their chances on graduating and then fulfilling their full potential in workforce and career. So it's really a pivotal moment. There's tons of research that kind of indicate that. So we really want to be proactive and look at solutions on how we can really help to encourage our children and build in those supports that they need to ensure that they start reading proficiently early, they feel confident as readers.
And I know our teachers in the Virginia Beach school system do a phenomenal job with this. And really, I mean, they're helping the kids as much as possible and really working on that reading. But there are, a lot of kids sometimes, and to get, individualized help, it's nice to have a community come in and help out. And I imagine that's where the volunteers really come through for you with this.
Yeah, and the whole premise of Virginia Beach Reads and the campaign for grade level reading is that it takes everyone. It's not just schools alone. It really takes the entire community to kind of get behind and support our children to reach their full potential. So schools are amazing partners with us, and then we're able to dive deeper and engage the community in making a positive impact and help these children really feel confident. The mentors really work one-on-one with 2 students if they volunteer 1 day a week or up to 4. For 1 hour, they read to 2 children, and they get trained in effective instructional tutoring techniques, but they also just provide that one-on-one individual support that some children need to build that confidence and get that attention to just practice reading so they can become more proficient.
So let's talk a little bit more about the volunteers and what's required of a volunteer that comes through. You train them. It's not like we throw you in there, good luck. You help train them, correct?
Right, we do train them. So it is a commitment. This is a volunteer opportunity where we reach out to 6 different elementary schools, and the program will start mid-October and goes until the beginning of May. So when we recruit volunteers, we really want to know that they're able to commit to a weekly 1-hour time frame. They get to pick the day, and we try to assist them in the location. It tends to be in the morning during the group instruction time, and then they read one-on-one. We do train them. They'll get just basic volunteer training. They'll get the background checks are done. They'll get training on what the VB Reads First Grade Read program is about, on the format, on the instructional techniques. And then there's experienced volunteers on site who have been doing this for 3, 4, 5 years who can mentor to new volunteers. And just to see the power of the community coming together to support our children and support our schools, it's just a really wonderful give back moment.
Oh, which is wonderful. And I guess if folks want to find out more information, they can contact you.
They can. They can give us a call at Grow Smart. Our office number is 385-6464. They can also reach out to us on our website, so vbgrowsmart.com/VB-reads. Applications are on the website, and we have trainings that will start beginning of October.
Okay, great.
And
Barb,
it's not too late to apply.
To apply, okay, so you can still get in there and do that.
Yes.
All right, Barb, thank you so much for being with us and showing us what a difference a volunteer can make in a child's life.
Yes, and we've got such great stories, and the volunteers really say that this is such a give back, that you feel like you're giving your time, but they're actually getting more back from the opportunity.
Benefits all the way around.
Yes.
All right, thanks so much, Barbara. And don't go away, there is much more Senior Source to come right after this.
This is my daughter, Caitlin. She was a model student, an athlete, a sister, and a mother. She was taken from us because of a heroin addiction. but her story doesn't have to be your story.
Our community is seeing a rise in heroin and opiate overdoses. Use of these horrible drugs could land you in jail or even worse, dead. If you or someone you love has a drug problem, call the number on your screen to get the help you need now.
Don't wait until it's too late.
Welcome back to the Senior Source. You know, there are some fun events that are happening this month that we want to let you know about. The Senior Showcase, organized by the Mayor's Commission on Aging, is happening this month. This annual event is always a huge hit with seniors from all across the city, and this year promises to be no different. More than 50 different exhibitors are going to be on hand to share information on resources that are available to seniors. It's from legal matters to healthcare options and housing resources. The showcase offers a wealth of information. Attendees can enjoy a complimentary lunch, a variety of fun giveaways, and live musical entertainment. The Senior Showcase takes place on Wednesday, October 31st, 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the Princess Anne Rec Center that's located at 1400 Nimmo Parkway. That wraps it up for this edition of the Senior Source. If you missed something or you'd like to see the show again, you can always view it online at vbgov.com/seniorsource. I'm Sandra Parker. For all of us here, we hope that you have a great day, and we'll see you next time on the Senior Source.